Hey everyone! So today in this video we'll talk about the RTA 2026 spring season. So what was the defining moment? What are the things that I really enjoyed or disliked and everything? And we'll just go through basically majority of the things to go over like my recap of it. So like I did finish last season in champion again, but I did reach for a while like warlord. So I could say like in this case like some of these moments were in like I'm not really like super into the top player list, but like as a casual streamer that more or less enjoys competitive PvP, like I was able to navigate myself pretty good into the spring season. Okay, so let's not delay it. So what was my spring season most hated units? So let's go through the journal. All right, so for the hero journal, I guess here my most hated unit would probably be Ruel of Light. The buff to Ruel and her EE was like so insane, man. Like I don't pre-ban her thinking that I can kill her, but then whenever she is used in the lobby or in the person I'm up against, I just hate going against her because it's just she just feels like a final boss. Basically, she had the constant revives and everything. I don't own I don't own Briar Witch, right? So the release of Hecate actually was such a godsend for me, because people actually pick a Ruel kind of less, I would say, in terms of it, just because of that's the minion here, um, as well. Okay, and then basically my pre-bans were always in the season were always, I would say, Maid Chloe. So if there's a partner to Ruel in terms of most hated, Maid Chloe is just because like it's Maid Chloe. And I didn't really have anything that can kill Maid Chloe. Um Here she is fast, she has damage sharing, she can revive, she basically heals everything. So she can just cycle out of the hell out of here, and she's just annoying to deal with during the early part of spring season. So yeah, I would say her. And then the other pre-ban I have is basically Zio. Since I don't own Zio and like I don't want Zio to be open to like let's say me, and potentially I can outspeed a person with my Renak. I would be able to more or less have a fighting chance here. Okay, so what units do I love the most in the season? So I would say I still pick a lot of Renak. Renak is still one of the key units I still play here. Because she's fast, she can kill almost instantly if the enemy is squishy. I definitely played a lot of knights into the meta in RTA, so a lot of Arunka, a lot of Elinav, a lot of Genesis Ras. And when she came out, this lady, she became my favorite unit that was in the RTA season, basically. Monarch of the Sword Isario was just God sent for me, especially if like they don't have seal, or if basically I'm able to like cleanse and also like just take the turn, especially from turn one players pushing myself up. I find her especially really well with Arunka. She pairs well really good with Arunka with Genesis Ross, but her partner also would probably be Lady as well, because like with the push of Lady and like with the push of Iceria, they're just a good combo to just play around with, I would say. So yeah, I mean those were my favorite units. I would say there are moments where I play Renak. That Shepherd of the Dark DN is such a favorite unit of mine, just because I can soul burn easily and I have my DN on book, right? So it's pretty nice. What else? I still chose a lot of actually oops. I still chose a lot of free red actually. In these cases, I think she has been like a staple DPS, especially if like the enemy doesn't have seal, doesn't have any pop damage from additional attack. She has been such a good unit to have in terms of it, right? Um, and basically to round out everything, I would say my favorite unit that I also really hate is Bystander Hua. With all the light units that came out, Bystander Hua can like make or break your team. I've definitely won some like unfavorable matches with Bystander Hua, but also like I've also lost some of the most easiest matches of my life with Bystander Hua. So she's a love and hate relationship for sure. And some niche units that came out into the season were probably, I would say, Sigret. I know people overestimate Sigret a lot. She is pretty fast and she is pretty annoying with the fear, but fear is kind of fake, honestly, and sometimes she just doesn't do anything after the fear already. I know you can cycle a lot if you're fast enough, but to me, she still was like not super OP compared to like when Satsuka came out, when it was just meta defining. Sigurd was not meta defining, unfortunately. And yeah, I mean, mostly it was that. There were some cases wherein I still was super annoyed with, I would say, where's that unit? Where's that unit? Which? The unit in Libya, I don't have her, right? So I don't have her, and like she's just super annoying to deal with all her debuffs, with the block and everything. But like, I've more or less settled in with her, and I was able to more or less just settle her with like Bystander Huaj and Ras, like maybe like Lady Elena, those things, or Arya that has high FRES, and sometimes I just 15% and just win the, or buff stack and just win the game here. So she's not really that oppressive. She's still super annoying though, I would say. So yeah, I mean like that's basically my review of the spring RTA 2026 season. It was slow was good for me, but it was a challenge. But it was something one of the what if not the most enjoyable seasons I've had so far. So far I've had 3 seasons, and I felt like I know more of the game now. So I'm super excited with like all of these new units with Notos coming out, hopefully, and other like Biblis coming out also. So let's hope that the new season will live up to its expectations of being better. That's it. Thank you. Bye bye.